What's up, guys? So not only do we have another 30 days in the books with this pandemic, but it also marks the end of the very first quarter of this pandemic, quarter 2, 2020. How did Brentwood hold up? Is it the same type of market that we were experiencing just 1 year ago in 2019 of quarter 2, where the market was hot, buyers were out in droves, things were selling, a lot of homes were selling over the asking price, a lot of new construction was selling, but was that necessarily the case in quarter 2 for 2020? Well, we're about to dive into what happened with the numbers, the transparent answer of how the Brentwood market is holding up. And if you guys aren't familiar with Brentwood, it's here on the west side of Los Angeles, and there are two Brentwoods. So it's not the one up north, as I mentioned, it's the one down south and west side of Los Angeles, and it's home to amazing homes that will start from anywhere from 1.5 million all the way up to 26 million. It's home to many celebrities, even our own LeBron James of the LA Lakers. But you know what? We got to see what's happening right here, right now, and if this market is necessarily still benefiting sellers, or if it's kind of transitioning to a buyer's market, or if it's just too much uncertainty to see a clear answer. But we're going to try to dial it in right now, so keep it dialed in here. What's up, guys? It's Eric Haas with eXp Realty in sunny Southern California. Welcome to my channel. If you happen to be joining me for the first time, I am super stoked to have you with me here today. Now, if you've been with me for a while, but you haven't, hit that like button, smash that subscription, or drop me a comment. Please do so, because that makes sure that YouTube knows that you're feeling me, you're feeling the value that I'm dropping for you guys as well, and I just want to keep delivering for you as well, so it keeps me motivated. So make sure you're liking, subscribing, and dropping a comment with questions, because I want to deliver value to you guys and address all questions and comments as well. But I'm going to keep it dialed in to make sure you're completely aware of how this pandemic is not only impacting our local lives, but also our real estate markets here, and tips, tricks, and strategies that you can be implementing as a buyer, seller, or investor in this market, or any market for that matter, to stay successful. So without further ado, let's check out what's going on with Brentwood. All right, so what's going on in the hood of Brentwood? We're gonna dial it in right here, right now. Transparent numbers tell the true story, my friends. I don't care what you hear out there, articles, sales, whatever. The numbers here do not lie. Now, I get it. There are sales happening in Brentwood. There are sales happening in every single neighborhood here on the west side, in LA, in California, in the nation for that matter, and across the world. People are buying and selling. It's just not on the same level that we were experiencing 1 year ago in quarter 2 of 2019. That's for sure. Now, let's jump on into it. We're going to look at what's been going on in quarter 2 of 2020 with the number of sold homes. And it's down, my friends. You know, people are saying it's up, but it's not. It's down 49% since this time last year, from 69 homes that sold in quarter 2 of 2019 to 35 homes in quarter 2 of 2020. Now, this is significant. This is really showing a true picture of what this pandemic is doing, the uncertainty it's causing amongst buyers, and the inventory that's building up as a result. Inventory has actually jumped 30% since this time last year. There's a number of 93 homes for sale in Brentwood this time last year. Now we're looking at a 30% increase to 133 homes for sale, and it's increasing on a weekly basis. Average days on market is still not applicable to our Los Angeles sellers, so it's not impacting them in a negative way. I'm not sure how that's affecting other neighborhoods and markets, but here in LA, still not an impacting factor from a negative perspective for sellers, so that's a good thing. But in a hot market, we were at 74 days. That's your average days on market in Brentwood. So if things were going to be moving, you know, we'd have a lot higher days on market compared to this time last year, because our actives aren't moving and they're really sitting. So honestly, for this to move, you know, this days on market is going to be quite a bit higher, or we're going to actually have to start seeing adjustments in price. Now, we're going to jump down to the median price, and you're going to go, price, good topic to talk about. Well, right here, you're going to say, Eric, what gives? It's up 11% from 3.1 million to 3.4 million. Let's dial that in for a second, because as I've mentioned in other neighborhoods, if you haven't caught the series, I started with Mar Vista, I jumped over to Venice, and then the third one was Santa Monica, and I'm ending it with Brentwood. But then we're going to also dial in some new and newer construction reports, and I've got those dialed in previously for May and June as well. April and May. And so check those videos out if you haven't already. But right here, right now, as I mentioned before, it's all about the sales volume. 186 million, down 44% from 335 million 1 year ago. What does that say? That 186 million, because that median price is elevated from this time a year ago, it's a result of homes in Brentwood that have just sold for obscene prices. And yes, homes are still selling for obscene prices. I've got 3 to mention right now. 421 North Saltaire actually sold for $15.1 million. Yes, someone paid $15.1 million for a house in Brentwood, Southern California. That's the market it is. Those kinds of deals are happening. We'll move over to 555 North Tigertail Road, and that home actually sold for $16.5 million. There are people out there that still have money. They're maybe looking for an opportunity. 99% of them, Q2, were selling under the asking price. There was only one home that actually sold over the asking price in Brentwood. Now, that's compared to actually 13 homes that actually sold over the asking price in Q2 of 2019. That is a 92% drop. Again, the market has not returned. Let's bounce back. We're looking at average price per square feet. We're down 9% from 1104 to 1,000. Not a major significant drop, but again, one to pay attention to. Let's take a look at the average sales price versus the original list price and see where that sold price came in versus that original list price. And right now for Q2, homes are getting average 90% of the original list price. Now, what does that mean? Well, they're 10% off, so we might be looking at some price adjustments happening in the upper echelon market of Brentwood, even in Santa Monica as well. But let's keep it with Brentwood because, look, 94% was what homes were getting the average sales price versus the original list price just 1 year ago in Q2 in a hot market. So that's down 4%, and also we've already touched on the volume. It's down 44% from 335 million to 186 million. Now, things are still moving, my friends, but keep it dialed in because I want to make sure that you're completely aware and transparent of what these numbers mean and what they mean for you, because right now it's kind of tipping towards a buyer's market, it seems, but I can't say for certain. Seems a little bit neutral still, a lot of uncertainty, and who knows, the the seller's market could bounce back. In other neighborhoods across the country, things are different. Not all neighborhoods are facing this rising inventory. Even in a neighborhood just south of us in Lomita, which I was in just a few days ago, talking to a seller, possibly listing a house, they only have 6 homes for sale. 6 homes for sale in all the neighborhood. And those homes are moving super fast. Why? Because of the price and because supply is so low. So take that into consideration. As active continues to rise with inventory, we're going to have to start paying attention to how we price homes and market them, especially during this pandemic where we still can't do open houses, but we can still do private showings. So keep it dialed in here, my friends. I hope you found great value. Drop a comment if you got questions, or if you got another neighborhood that you live in and that I'm not covering, I'd love to cover it for you and keep you completely informed, because that helps you make the right decision whether you are in a position to sell or you're looking to hold on and maybe wait it out a bit. But without further ado, have a great one. Be safe, take care of each other, and if you're out and about, wear that mask. On that note, take care.